Nithyanandam, welcome. My name is Ma Nithyanandam Swami. I'm a disciple of His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, or Swamiji, and with Swamiji's grace and auspicious blessings, I make this video today to share with you about one more resource you have if you're interested in the concept and lifestyle of a sannyasi, a Hindu sannyasi. Now, if you try to find information on what is sannyas, you Google or you ask around, you really won't find much, except in our Sangha where there's so many sannyasis and we're actively sharing about our experiences with the world and how Swamiji has transformed us, why we took the decision, and our journey. So we actually have a YouTube channel with all the sannyasis videos. I will share that in this video. And I also wanted to make available Swamiji's book called Living Enlightenment. It's already available online freely. I'll put the link here in the description. I read this book when it first came out. I believe it was in 2009. And I found myself reading the chapter about sannyas over and over and over again. And this is before I knew anything about sannyas or had any, I didn't know that I was actually interested in the path. But this chapter attracted me. I can't even count how many times I read the chapter, but there were so many concepts and stories and Swamiji's teachings about what is sannyas, the space of sannyas, a sannyasi, which just, I could say I melted just reading these words. And when you read any of Swamiji's books, you feel that he's with you. It's not just like words on a piece of paper or some good intellectual knowledge or story or anything like that. It's like he's inside of you conveying these things. So I just love this chapter. And the chapter is called Sannyas, the Ultimate Gamble. So I will share the link. So if you are considering the path of sannyas, and I know there's not a lot of information out there, and you're probably getting a good idea from the sannyasis in the Nithyananda Sampradaya, but if you want to see how Swamiji wrote about it in one of these books, you should definitely check out this chapter. The whole book is life transformative. It's the essence of Swamiji's teachings, and I think you owe it to yourself to research as much as you can. Now, if you've made the decision, then forget about it. But if you want to know what inspired others to take sannyas or learn more about sannyas, I highly, highly recommend this chapter. In fact, I'm just going to open that chapter, some random page in the book, and then I will read from that. Just the first part is my own enjoyment and you sharing that with me. So the chapter starts on page 525. So it starts on page 525. This is the cover of the book, Living Enlightenment. I'll make an online link available for you, which is available for free download. And every March, we give away this book for free, the hard copy. So the chapter is called Sannyas, the Ultimate Gamble. I will just pick any excerpt from this chapter. Okay, so someone asked Mahavira, the great enlightened Jain master, who is more superior, the samsari or the sannyasi? He replied, self-discipline is the most superior. A samsari can sometimes be more self-disciplined than a sannyasi. Please understand that self-discipline is not self-torture. It is a beautiful resting that happens within you. It happens out of a deep understanding of the nature of your mind and the world. That's all. It happens from inside of you. When I share this idea, people ask me, then why can't we continue in samsara and live in the consciousness of a sannyasi? You see, the nature of a man is such that unless a conscious decision is taken, it is difficult to bring about a permanent transformation in the consciousness. Sannyas is a conscious decision to transform the consciousness. Sannyas is a conscious decision. That is why sannyas needs to be taken. With a conscious decision, there is continued awareness. Continued awareness decreases the chance of slipping back. Without it, there's nothing binding one to keep on the path. It becomes easy to slip. With sannyas, you will continue to do what you are doing, but in a much better way, in a more confident way, in a more creative way, in a way that is closer to God. Creation is a quality of God or existence. Existence continuously creates. Sannyas is imbibing the very qualities of existence and knowing that everything is a creation of existence. So that's a brief excerpt from this wonderful chapter on sannyas, and I think it really sums up what sannyas is, and there's so many passages like that. So I hopefully that gave you some clicks on what it means to be a sannyasi and why it's important to make the decision. We can all say, oh, I'm married, but inside my space is like a sannyasi. There may be truth to that. And when you take the Inner Awakening program or you go on the yatra, Swamiji gives initiation for that time period where you're basically living like a sannyasi. It is the space that is most important. But to maintain that space at all times, it requires this conscious decision. And that is why a sannyas, taking this decision of sannyas is so important and so valuable if you are a seeker for the path of enlightenment. We can perfume and make other decisions look very close to sannyas, but until you decide for it, it's not sannyas, and it's not the same as taking a sannyas, becoming a sannyasi. The decision itself settles you and continues you to remind you on what you're doing, why you're doing. So everything in the life of a sannyasi is a reminder of the decision, of the goal, why we're here, what we're doing, the color, the clothes we're wearing, whatever rudraksha we're wearing, the lifestyle we live, the discipline in our morning routine or throughout the day, the space we hold when we're doing the work, the space we hold when we're dealing with devotees, how we look at failures, how we look at success. Everything is in the context of enlightenment and how Swamiji is guiding us to that path. So if you'd like to learn more, please download this book immediately. Start reading the chapter on sannyas. Read all the other chapters, but I personally recommend this chapter. If you have any questions about your path towards sannyas or anything, you don't have to be a sannyasi to resonate with this, but definitely for anyone who's really sincere about the path, please check out this chapter. And I encourage you to message me, and I can answer any questions you have or point you in the right direction. And thank you for allowing me to share one of my favorite chapters in Swamiji's Living Enlightenment book. And it was very critical chapter for me because at that time we didn't have a YouTube channel where people were talking about sannyas. Swamiji wasn't coming live on Nitya Satsang every day. So the book was one of the best ways to learn about it and follow my being and my heart at that time. Now you have so many other ways. So this is just one more resource for you that I feel is timeless, and I highly recommend it. And again, thank you so much for allowing me to share, and Nithyanandam.